What is happening, gamers? This is Bradley, and today we're going to be reviewing Kung Fu Rabbit for the Wii U eShop. So this originally released on iOS and Android, and it's now available in Europe, and will be available in North America on May 2nd. So, as the story goes, the nefarious black pile of goop known as the Ultimate Evil has an appetite for rabbit sandwiches, so he decides to take the main character's Kung Fu disciples so he can eat them. But Mr. Kung Fu Master Rabbit says, I don't think so, and isn't going to let him get away so easily. So you take control of this unnamed rabbit as he platformed and wall jumped your way through Japanese-style buildings and grassy landscapes in an attempt to rescue the rabbits from a purple bubble at the end of each level. The gameplay design is very basic. You can tell it was made for a mobile device, with each level only being about 2 minutes in length for quick bursts of play. There are a plethora of levels though, with 80 original levels sprawled through 4 worlds and 80 more difficult remixes of those original 80. Now the game is a platformer, so along with jumping on platforms, you're going to have to avoid various obstacles and even attack enemies, whether that be puddles of black goop that flies, black goop that looks like pigs, or black goop that spits at you. Yeah, the enemies are not very creative, but as I stated before, Kung Fu Rabbit also has a focus on wall jumping, which is the thing I found most enjoyable in the game. You're able to jump along a wall as long as you want, so sometimes you'll have to juggle bouncing on a wall and dodging enemies. There's just something about the wall jumping mechanic that I just find enjoyable. In each level, there are a few tasty carrots that you can collect, and of course they are sometimes put in hard to reach places to test your Kung Fu reflexes. Now these carrots actually act as your currency, and you then can purchase new abilities that will make the game easier for you. Besides the ability that makes you move faster, that didn't really help. But for example, one ability freezes breakaway blocks so you can stand on them for a little bit longer, while another will instantly kill enemies if you just walk right into them. But if you really want to challenge yourself, don't use these items. Just go ahead and purchase the alternative costume that turns you into a Mexican Avenger, because well, who doesn't want to dress like that? Kung Fu Rabbit is a pretty good platformer that fans of the genre may find some amusement out of, but there's nothing very unique about it that makes it stand out from other games. Now the art style of Kung Fu Rabbit is pretty good, and I like the bright colors, but the enemies are not very creative. Another thing I noticed is that the 4 different worlds don't feel different from one another. You may play through the game and not even notice that you enter the next world. Now on the other hand, as for the music, it is pretty forgettable. It does have that Kung Fu vibe to it, but most of the music tracks are slow and there's not much to it. But the main menu tune is pretty good, albeit short. Kung Fu Rabbit does cater to some replay value. You do unlock the 80 harder levels once you complete the game, but there's not much to do after that. There are in-game achievements, you can try to collect all the carrots, but I pretty much did that in the first run through. And there's no reason to do speedruns since the game doesn't track your time through each level. Overall, Kung Fu Rabbit is not a horrible game by any means, and if you are a fan of platforms, you may find some enjoyment with it. Plus, the game is only $5, so there is that incentive. So, thegamingpixelshow.com is awarding Kung Fu Rabbit a 7 out of 10. Well, that will wrap up yet another review. If you like what you saw, please give it a thumbs up, and you can subscribe for more videos like this in the future, along with my craziest Nintendo stuff this week video series, my 80-second review dash video series, and my news segments. You can also check out thegamingpixelshow.com, but I'll talk to you later in the next video, guys. Bye!